In the future, robots are trying to live side by side with humans. They do everything they can to emulate their living counterparts. They get jobs, they start families, they're even learning to eat and discover emotions. However, when a string of murders involving both human and robot victims occurs, it might put a damper on those relationships. So it's up to a detective and a very famous Japanese boy robot to solve the mystery behind these serial killings. Hi everyone, it's Carrie, aka Nerdygirlcreates. Welcome back to my channel. It's Manga Monday, and today we're going to talk Urasawa and Astro Boy. Yes, that's right. We're going to take a look at Pluto, which is Urasawa's tribute to the very famous boy robot. It is, I would say, a very more mature look at the character. Now, if you don't know who Astro Boy is, you might remember him from the 2009 movie that came over here in the West. I believe Nicolas Cage was even one of the voices in it. And the story was originally created by Makoto Tetsuka. And Astro Boy was very famous because he was a robot that was as close to human as possible. He had all the emotions of a human, he had the look of a human, the only thing was he wasn't human. And he became very relatable for a lot of children. They liked his adventures, they watched him. And a very, very popular anime series. There was even a manga series. And like I said, he crossed over here into the West with the 2009 movie. This manga series is definitely much more of a mature look at the character. And what I mean by that, I don't mean exactly like adult in the form of grotesque or sexual. I'm talking more about just kind of like more of a catered to a older age group. In this, Adam is one of 7 robots who unfortunately was recruited to fight in a war. One of the other robots happens to be this detective, and Gashet works for Interpol, and he is the first one to witness these, see the victims after they've been murdered, and he starts to question how they're tied together and who exactly is behind it. Is it a robot? Is it a human? Is it a cyborg? What is it? And why are they targeting the famous 7 from the war? He becomes concerned, decides to reach out to the other 6, including Adam, to warn them about what's happening, but quickly more fall, and the rest of them are desperate to get to the bottom of this before it's too late. In the midst of all this, and this is where there's a little more political intrigue, you discover that there was a campaign for robot rights. So robots now have similar rights to humans. There are those, though, who oppose it because they only view robots as machines, not as independently thinking beings. So there's a possibility that that plays also into this. You see different relationships these robots have with humans and other robots. There's a lot of emotion, and this is where I love Urasawa. He introduces new characters and finds a way to have you gravitate towards them. It doesn't matter if they're living beings or, in this case, robots. I'm going to say that word a lot, so get used to it. He also he does an amazing job of showcasing how unique Adam is amongst his group. You know, with his emotions. There's a part where Adam hears news about the different victims who are dying from the detective, and he takes a moment to just kind of like go away, and he uses the excuse that he's going to the bathroom, which surprises the other robot, and he says, well, he's just trying to practice to look as human as possible. Well, he goes into the bathroom, and he actually breaks down and cries. And you begin to understand what makes Adam, like, special. Adam is the closest to humans. He has a family that was designed for him. He's also suffered a lot. If you know anything about the history of Astro Boy, he was originally created by a scientist who lost his son in an accident, or at least that's what you assume in the beginning. And he replicates him by creating Adam, but soon realizes that this is not his son and then abandons him. It isn't until he finds another scientist who takes him in and helps Adam reach his potential. He also builds Adam his own family. So Adam also has a robotic family, a mom, dad, siblings, and they get introduced too along this story, and they play a role in it. It's kind of interesting to see like the human side of this machine. Adam is pretty much like the sci-fi version of Pinocchio. You know, he wants to be a real boy. And also he understands that he has an advantage over humans. And instead of kind of like, you know, using it to do selfish things or, you know, dominate over, he uses it to help the people he loves, whether they're robots, humans, whatever. And this murder mystery hits him hard. It kind of hurts him a lot to see people he's known, robot, human. Again, I said I'm going to say that a lot. And you can see his heartbreak, even though you know he doesn't really have a heart. He's determined to stop whoever's behind this and save as many people as he can. And he uses his unique intelligence to decipher all the clues, even as reluctant as the Japanese police are to allow him to assist. They know he has an insight they cannot achieve. So they work together, and him and this detective kind of like give information back and forth. Now the detective himself is kind of going through a crisis, a midlife crisis. He's been overworked. He has a wife. His wife is worried about him. His scientist who does maintenance on him is even worried about him. He's been planning a trip for Japan, but every time he tries to get free time, something happens, and this murder mystery takes up a lot of his time. But he's also kind of in awe of Adam. You know, he starts to think about emotions, and this is not a robot who's actually felt them. He's starting to see the wonder in them. He's just amazed how Adam is so far advanced than he is, and how much of that influence Adam has on all these other robotic characters. It's a beautiful story. It's also a great mystery. I haven't finished it yet because I'm waiting for a few more volumes to come in. But art-wise, it's still Urasawa's signature style. He does update Adam's look, so you don't recognize him off the bat compared to the looks from the original manga and cartoon. However, in his writing, he doesn't overlook what makes that character special. And it's really great. And I do recommend it. If you like murder mysteries, even if you're not a big Astro Boy fan, I do recommend this. Urasawa is a legend in manga, and there's a reason why. I mean, this guy doesn't even have to draw. He could just write novels and they would sell. He is just that good. He is just he has this wonderful insight into the human nature. You know, he builds up a mystery. For him to pay tribute to a character he even said was his childhood favorite. It's nice. It's really nice to see how he still, you know, pays respect to the original legacy of this character, but updates it for an older audience so they can also find a connection with Adam, even if you're new to Astro Boy. So I do recommend Pluto. It is a great story. Right now, all the novels are available. I'm still waiting for a few more to come in, but I can't wait to see how this ends. I can't wait to find out who's behind these murders. I can't wait to see who comes out the other end, who doesn't, how Adam deals with everything. Yeah, that's Pluto from Urasawa. So tell me what you think. Go ahead, comment down below. Is there anything else from Urasawa you'd like to see me review? Maybe Monster, maybe something else I haven't heard about. Let me know. And don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.